Welcome back to Ryan Jacobson Weather. Hope your Thursday is off to a great start. Let's get right into the forecast for today. And as you can see, not too much active weather right now is across the U.S. We have this kind of large area of low pressure moving across the Midwest and Northeast. This is bringing some scattered light rain showers. Even some snow showers to portions further north here today. But again, it's all pretty light precipitation and no very impactful weather impacts are expected from this. Otherwise, there's a couple of rain showers and snow showers at higher elevations out in the northwest. But other than that, most of the U.S. is quiet, and it looks like we do have a pretty quiet week of weather ahead as we've needed this much needed break because of just all the severe weather that's been occurring over these last couple of weeks. So let's hop right into the forecast for today. So this is the current look right now, and as you can see, we have this just very broad low pressure system moving across the Midwest. This is going to meander into the Northeast here, and this is just kind of sit around here over these next couple of days. You can see there's going to be some rain showers and even some snow showers at the higher elevations today and portions of the Northeast. The low pressure is going to move kind of more into Indiana and the Ohio region. You also see there's going to be a wave of kind of a short-lived atmospheric river moving across, going into portions of Oregon and Washington this evening. This could bring some heavier rainfall and even some maybe a little bit of heavier snow at the higher elevations. So just be weather aware if you're in those areas. But then going into tonight, you can kind of see this low pressure just kind of lingers here, going now further south. And then this is going into Saturday here. Eventually, it looks like it's going to try to climb the coast a little bit. Again, there could be some scattered light snowfall accumulations over these next couple of days, especially at higher elevations in New York State, going to Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, and even western Massachusetts. But I'm not expecting much for snow. And it looks like it's going to be really warm here across the central U.S. this upcoming week. This is going to Sunday here. This is our next system here, and this has been showing the models for a few days now. It looks like we're going to have a shot at colder air going into next week. This is going into Tuesday here. I see a low pressure swings through southern Canada here, bringing some cooler temps here, maybe even a couple of scattered rain showers and snow showers along with it. Definitely a little bit chillier for the middle of April. I think this cold weather is going to be short-lived, but again, time will tell. This is now going into Friday and now into Saturday. It has another low pressure swinging through, dropping another round of cooler temperatures. But again, take it all with a grain of salt. As you know, we are over 10 days out, and you never can trust anything on the models over 10 days out. But I do know that going into next week, I think we're going to see a cooler blast of cold temperatures starting Tuesday, going into Wednesday, and after that, time will tell what we will see next. This is the Storm Prediction Center outlook for today, and as you can see, there is a slight risk for severe weather. This includes portions of southern Illinois going all the way into central Alabama and northwestern Georgia. Again, not tornado risk really at all. They had a 2% yesterday. They took that off today, so really no tornado risk from these storms today. Could be some damaging winds along with maybe a little bit of damaging hail. But again, I'm not expecting much in the way of severe weather today. And this is the temperature outlook. This is the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. And as you can see, going into next week, obviously we are expecting that cooler blast of temperatures. Looks to be a little bit cooler in the Midwest going into the Northeast. But out west, looks like it's going to be really warm here, especially across portions of the Sierra Nevada going into California. There could be places reaching over 100 degrees going into next week. So we want monitoring that closely as well. Here's your temperatures day by day. And as you can see right now in Southern California, we have hot temperatures as it is. 98 degrees here, Southern California. Pretty crazy. That's more inland, obviously, but still very warm temperatures. This is going through the day today here. And as you can see, cooler temperatures sticking around, kind of just lingering here in the Northeast. And that's going to kind of be this theme here, I think, over these next 2 or 3 weeks even. A little bit below average. Look at this, though. This is going into highs on Monday here. It's going to get really toasty here across Texas. We're looking at highs to exceed over 100 degrees across portions of Texas. And that's pretty uncommon for especially April, only the middle of April. A little bit of a warm-up here for the Northeast. as that low pressure moves out the coast. But again, kind of there's that next blast of cooler air. This is going to Thursday, the 17th. This is Thursday morning here. And I think this cooler air may just kind of stick around here in the Northeast. But the central U.S., especially going to be warm here this upcoming week. Across portions of Colorado, Denver area could see highs almost up to 90 degrees. So, again, pretty crazy, very warm temperatures expected for the central U.S. this upcoming week. This is the total precipitation over the next couple of days. Again, you got that just, low pressure right now lingering across the central U.S. going into the Northeast. Eventually, it's going to go up the coast a little bit. Could bring some more widespread precipitation along areas right along the coast. Maybe up to an inch for most areas, but probably not even. Maybe an isolated spot around Virginia could see maybe up to 2 inches of precip. But again, nothing major expected from that. This is going into next week here, just pretty light precipitation amounts. We're not expecting any major storms really these next 10 days or so, which is obviously a good thing. And then this is going into the 18th here. Maybe another round of precipitation, maybe a little bit heavier. But again, obviously, time will tell on that as we still are 10 days out. Here's the estimated snowfall over the next couple of days. And I would take these, numbers with a grain of salt because obviously Euro's putting out some snowfall numbers. But again, we are in April, so it's hard to get any snowfall on the ground, especially in the Northeast in April. It just does not last long. This is going into Saturday here, and there may be a little spot where an inch or two of snow will fall here in northeastern Pennsylvania, going into the Catskills and maybe even the Adirondacks of New York, then eventually going up into the Berkshires. I think a couple inches are possible. I think they're going to be obviously short-lived, though, as snow just does not stick around long in April. And then this is going into next weekend. There's that kind of cooler blast of air coming down from Canada. Could enhance some lake effect here across portions of New York State. But again, I'm expecting minimal snowfall accumulations from that. And then that is through April 20th. So we'll see. But I think there's a couple more shots at maybe a couple snowflakes or, minimal snow accumulations before we can finally put an end to winter. I thank you guys all for stopping by. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Can you just keep checking back for daily updates on the weather ahead, as I will have a video out talking about tomorrow's weather in tomorrow morning's video. Again, thank you for stopping by. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.